Hello, friends and fellow assholes. I'm Jay.
I'm Matt.
I'm Sean.
And today, we're talking shit.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna have some opinions about some of this, so don't be afraid.
Okay.
Just go there.
Well,
all right, there are no wrong answers.
I'm afraid to go there.
So Tom Holland,
Yeah.
made some waves this week because if he was playing a game of Would You Rather, they asked him who he would bring back into the Spider-Man universe if he could choose one person.
Okay.
And he chose Iron Man.
Over.
Uncle Ben?
Yeah.
Over anyone.
Oh.
But, you know, Spidey's own revered Uncle Ben, I think, was maybe the most surprising.
Yeah, given that he's supposed to be Spider-Man.
Yes.
I mean, it makes sense for Tom Holland's character.
Uh-huh. You just think he personally has more of an attachment to...
Yeah, Tony Stark was like a dad to him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so was Uncle Ben, Sean.
Yeah, not in the movies, though.
Yeah, not in these movies.
Well, not in these movies.
Yeah.
But I mean, even though you didn't see it on camera, he still had a childhood. He still grew up with someone.
Yeah, and I would actually.
And like, who the hell is this Uncle Ben who was married to Marissa Tomei?
Oh,
by the
Dennis
way?
Quaid. That's who I've been picturing.
Okay.
Well, I'd rather see Dennis. Maybe not Dennis Quaid. Like that's who they would get, but they could do better. But I'd rather see some new actor be like, you know, Uncle Ben come back, be like, sorry I took so long. Rather than, I mean, Tony Stark had a great arc. Mm-hmm. Like, it's nice to be like, oh, I'd like to hang out with Robert Downey Jr. again. Mm-hmm. But also, like, you know, Robert Downey Jr. probably wants to make other movies.
Yeah, like Doolittle.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we should let Robert Downey Jr. choose movies for himself because he's
I think
not that good at it.
I think Robert Downey Jr. asked Tom Holland to.
Yeah, he's like, now that I've been outside for a minute or two, like I remembered I have terrible taste, and like my last movie was The Judge.
Yeah, I mean that's played out. I mean, I love what Robert Downey Jr. did with that, but it would be way more fun to bring back someone we've seen less of, or none of, in the case of Uncle Ben. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's Uncle Ben. I think you can say that it shouldn't be Iron Man, but I mean, Uncle Ben can't really be alive in a Spider-Man universe, or else what's the motivation? That's the whole reason that Spider-Man is who he is and makes the decisions that he does, is because of what happened to Uncle Ben.
So it goes back. Odin! That's a nice speaking voice.
I don't think Spider-Man and Odin really are good friends, though.
No, but this is Tom Holland talking, though.
Yeah, but isn't he going to bring back someone who's a good friend of Spider-Man's?
Oh, maybe. So who's dead then? Or like, we wouldn't know.
Well.
Because all of Spider-Man's friends, except for Tony Stark and Uncle Ben, are still around. Oh,
yeah,
except for that girl who moved away.
Like friends who haven't appeared yet.
Oh, true. Like Venom.
I guess. Okay, so you're not that...
I'm not that angry at Tom Holland.
No, that's...
I think
that's a weird thing to get riled up about.
And it's one of the lesser things that Tom Holland has really done, right? Like, he's had bigger controversies than this.
Has he?
Yeah, he had a huge one. I can't remember what it was. I think he leaked something.
Good to bring it up then.
Oh yeah, he's funny because he's like sweating in interviews where he's not allowed to reveal anything.
Yeah, they should not let him and Mark Ruffalo alone in a room together.
No.
Okay, so I don't know if you've heard anything about this new Adam McKay movie that he's doing for Netflix.
A little bit.
So it's I think he describes it as a doomsday comedy called Don't Look Up. So it's about astronomers who are trying to warn the rest of the world about an incoming asteroid.
So Chicken Little.
Sure.
Armageddon.
Sure.
Deep Impact.
Sure.
That one wasn't a comedy, that last one though.
Armageddon wasn't a comedy.
Well.
They had Owen Wilson, Steve Buscemi.
Mm-hmm.
All playing very serious roles.
Steve Buscemi.
All right.
Even Michael Clark Duncan was.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Jennifer Lawrence is signed on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, Jennifer Lawrence, at one point, not that long ago, was the highest paid actress in Hollywood. Like 2015, 16?
Mm-hmm.
But like her recent track record is abysmal.
Mm-hmm.
She did Joy, which nobody saw. Passengers, which nobody liked. Mother, which we're still recovering from. Red Sparrow, terrible movie. So what happened to Jennifer Lawrence?
She just had her time, didn't she? She was up and coming. She was the fresh face, and then she just kind of kept.
She's not fresh anymore?
Thing. I think so.
Oh my God!
No,
Jennifer
I really
Lawrence
don't.
Rotted on the vine.
I do not think it's a matter of that at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think she could still have an amazing career if she chose better. And I've seen her in interviews, and she just sort of said, "I never know. Like, I didn't. Like, she never knows whether something she's doing is gonna work or not. Like, she feels she's like bad at picking. She's done like way too many franchises.
Yeah, but those weren't even the problem.
No, not the problem, but it's become like what she's associated with. So she does like anything.
Well,
else.
only because her last 5 movies were terrible and nobody wanted to see them.
Actually, probably including Dark Phoenix.
Yep.
Yes.
So.
I think she's just picking bad. Though she hasn't gotten.
But isn't that part of the job of being an actor? And certainly part of what you pay other people to do is to bring you the right scripts and.
I mean, I just feel like that's, like it's really a matter of bad decisions. It's not a matter of like, oh, people get tired of people quickly, and I mean, there's other actresses around her. Like Emma Stone came up around the same time and is probably bigger than ever, and because she's been picking a lot better.
Yeah, she's been in way better movies
Yeah.
than Jennifer Lawrence has.
Yeah.
Consistently.
But I mean, this could turn things around. I mean, Adam McKay, I guess, is on
He's on
a bit of a roll, and then going to Netflix turns out to not be the demotion that we thought it was.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're Anne Hathaway. I would 100% put Anne Hathaway and Jennifer Lawrence in the same,
they're the same
pile for
category.
me.
Yeah.
Of actresses I quite dislike. So yeah, so you think this might be her comeback?
Yeah.
Okay.
Although I don't know if people would necessarily call it a comeback.
Well, we'll see how good it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so she's being paid a lot less now.
I mean, presumably.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep justifying that if you're not making it back at the box office.
Yeah, but look at like Johnny Depp and.
Yeah, look at Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Yeah, try looking for him. So, I have exciting news for us personally. You guys just talk amongst yourselves, I guess. But so we often travel together, and we're always looking for the next spot. And I think we all have Tokyo and London, both are high on the list.
Yep.
So I read that this spring there is a Batman-themed restaurant opening in London.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna say Tokyo.
Yeah. It would. I mean, probably it's already in Tokyo. It's
Yes,
like-
and it has nothing to do with Batman, and it's also a vending machine.
Yes. So it's going to be called Park Row. You guys probably already know this. News to me that's after a section of Gotham City where the villains live.
Yep.
And so it's not just a restaurant. It is more like a dinner show.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So you will enter through the Batcave,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's a series, like 5 different dining halls and 3 bars that you can choose from.
Oh, okay.
So we already know some of them. There's going to be a Pennyworth that'll serve like classically British meals. There's going to be the Old Gotham City, which is going to be like a speakeasy.
Mm-hmm.
A Harley Quinn area that'll serve sushi. And I hope breakfast sandwiches.
Yes.
And an Iceberg Lounge that'll be like the Penguin's lair.
Yes.
So how excited does this move London up on the list for you?
Yeah, it does.
I mean, it's already way up there. I
Mhm.
think certainly if slash when we go, yeah, I would like to check that out.
It's
Yeah,
probably gonna be a hot reservation.
I'm sure it is. That sounds really cool.
But why sushi for Harley Quinn?
Well, I'm the wrong person to ask.
Why sushi for Harley Quinn?
I don't know.
Okay. I was thinking there was something I was missing.
She's crazy.
I mean, it should be sushi and penguins, probably.
Yeah, that's true. But there's just gonna be a bunch of gross stuff. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, well, I thought that maybe that was more of a bar, the Penguins, whatever, the
Yeah.
Iceberg Lounge, I guess, but
Yeah.
who knows? So have you
In
always
the
wanted
comics,
to?
It's like a bar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that these are places that actually exist.
Yeah, they do.
So did you always think that you would like to eat like Batman?
It never crossed my mind, to be honest.
That you could?
That I could. Yes,
Right.
it never was a possibility. Also, Batman doesn't really eat.
No.
Oh.
He's too busy.
And you certainly wouldn't eat at these places,
Well,
except for maybe Pennyworth.
Bruce Wayne goes to fancy dinners.
He does go to fancy dinners. That's
Like we
true.
always see him like with his girls in
We
the
do
fountain
see
and-
him out in the town, but
Yeah.
have we ever seen him eat anything?
No. We always see him pretend to drink things.
Okay, well I guess you could pretend to drink the $30 cocktails, Matt.
Yeah. I just,
Good. So Sean and I talked about this a little while ago because I told him that Noah Centineo was playing HeMan, and Sean said in an animated movie, and I said I'm pretty sure it's live action, and it is live action. Sean was not really picturing it as much as he could, but
No.
Noah Centineo promises he has put on 30 pounds of muscle
wow.
by eating 11 eggs every morning, which I think gets him close to Gaston territory. So Dolph Lundgren
Yeah,
was really pulling for Chris Hemsworth to be the He-Man.
I can see.
But
Chris
he
Hemsworth.
thought it was too much like Thor.
Yeah, it is a bit.
He thought like there's too much similarities and he didn't want to do it. So Noah Centineo is young. He's very young.
Who is he?
He's
from
like the
Netflix stuff.
heartthrob du jour on Netflix. So like To All the Boys I've Loved Before, he's the big
okay.
romantic lead. He's got a lot of romantic lead stuff going on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah, he's really cornering the market. So originally I had heard Tom Hardy for Skeletor,
That'd be cool.
That
but I
would
don't
be
know if he's like too old. Well, I guess Skeletor is old. I don't think he's Tom. Like
Well,
Skeletor is like
Skeletor is a skeleton,
yes.
so he's gonna be pretty much CG anyway.
Mhm.
So I don't think the age gap will really matter.
Okay.
I think Tom Hardy would do a cool Skeletor voice.
Mm.
I just have that feeling.
Okay.
Probably more than Nic Centineo would do a good He-Man body.
Oh, damn.
I only heard of him 2 seconds ago.
There's also, yeah, it's Noah.
What did I say?
Noah, you said Nick.
Oh, I said Nick. Oh. It should be Nick, actually.
Well,
So are you up for a He-Man reboot?
not really.
Oh.
I don't remember He-Man. Like, I remember liking it as a kid. I don't really remember almost anything about it.
Yeah, I loved the animated series. The Dolph Lundgren movie was awful. I was so disappointed with that movie. I wanted to like it, and there was just nothing. And I feel like this is gonna be like in that territory of just a really bad movie.
Okay.
I really thought that. I really thought it was going to be animated because I read a headline saying that, like, Mark Hamill and whoever did the voice of Batman and Batman the Animated Series are going to be reunited in this movie.
Oh,
And I mean, I guess I could see how Mark Hamill would sort of be able to be in this somehow. But
I mean,
think
he could be Skeletor.
he does do a good bad guy voice.
Yes, he does. Joker and Skeletor aren't that far apart.
Okay. So how about She-Ra? If we presume She-Ra might make an appearance in this movie.
She should. Like, that would be a smart move, is
Yeah.
to not just have He-Man, but to have both of them.
So who should play She-Ra?
I remember her as well as I remember He-Man.
No one comes to mind.
Okay. I mean, I could kind of picture Zendaya being in the role.
That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Gal Gadot, but she probably, again, is the same sort of thing as Chris Hemsworth, where it's like too close.
Mm-hmm.
But if it was the two of them, that would be kind of interesting.
Yes.
I know, it'd be
But,
funny.
and I mean, they would work well together, but Gal Gadot is
You're right. She's so
a
much
little
older
mature
than
for Noah Centineo.
And that
They may
would
not
make
be
sense.
that far apart in years, but I think just in her image and his image, he's still playing high school boys.
It doesn't work, and they are twins.
Mm-hmm.
So this
So
is,
it's
yeah.
gotta be,
Oh.
it's gotta be close.
Yeah.
It's gotta be plausible. Okay, so Sean is still not.
Oh, I
playing
think
for
that
this
movie's going to be awful.
Okay.
They should go unknown. We should just get two careers over with at once.
Well, it sounds like for you, Noah Centineo is unknown.
Yes, he is. I don't like him as much as his brother Nick.
So if you're worried HeMan might be bad, how do you feel about the unbearable weight of massive talent?
Is that the name of a movie?
It is a meta
Nicolas Cage,
movie
isn't it?
with Nic Cage starring as himself twice.
Twice.
There's
Okay.
two of them.
Yeah, there's two of them. There is a present day Nic Cage and a younger, wilder Nic Cage.
I thought it was gonna be Nick Cage and Charlie Kaufman's imaginary brother.
No, there's gonna be. Well, I don't know. He seems to think the younger Nic Cage is the unhinged Nic Cage, and I think the rest of the world would tell him, "You're both pretty crazy."
Mhm.
Yeah. Not that much has changed other than you lost all your money.
Yes. So he is signed on for this thing.
Okay.
And, you know, it'll be like him having to reenact scenes of his movies and...
I mean, this is weird,
Mm-hmm.
but that's really where Nick Cage has to go.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Like,
really
he's
his
like-
only pivot right now.
He's at like cult status, and it's interesting to see him do anything that's not some sort of like intentionally kind of funny horror movie or something. Like this could be his like JCVD.
Oh, well, we're in for a real good time
Do
then.
you know anything about who is like behind this?
No.
Okay.
Nick,
Is there like no writer or director
I don't
attached? It's- Yeah, it's just
Nick
like
Cage. He's just really
this
selling
movie's
it.
just gonna exist.
It's just
gonna,
a rumor
It
he's
just
trying
makes
to
itself-
start.
Yeah.
I mean, that might be the best of all if he just like set up his phone, started reenacting like Con Air.
I feel like he's a little bit going into Shia LaBeouf territory.
Mhm.
Like, is this halfway performance piece? Is this like him
Yeah.
working through his issues? Like Shia LaBeouf played his father in Honey Boy.
Yeah.
But Shia LaBeouf was a character in that movie.
Mhm.
Shia LaBeouf is a good comparison. Like when he went and just watched all his movies in a theater and
Yeah.
like, live
And
streamed
was
it.
very moved by it.
Oh,
yeah.
he was crying a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just that good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that guy had some problems, and I think he's maybe coming out of them, and
I
he's
hope.
processing, and I think hopefully doing better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nic Cage, I don't like. Nic Cage may not even be as healthy as Shia LaBeouf. Like, has
No.
he gotten help for whatever meltdown we've been witnessing?
I mean, it's amazing it's still going on.
I mean, but that's sort of part of what he's always been. It's part of his mystique. It's part of his energy. He's always been a little bit off.
Yeah, he's always been a little bit off. He's leaned into it more as the movies became a lot less successful.
Mm-hmm.
And so he
And
really...
he's certainly not the only actor who, as he gets older, seems to be parodying himself almost, or
Yeah.
like doing
True.
more of a caricature of himself.
But he was always a caricature.
Yeah.
Like he always said stuff just weird for the sake of.
He's always been a weird guy, and like,
But he used to be really successful. He was sort of A-list for a time, and then
He definitely was.
really the movie started to do bad, and then he was sort of like his career was like struggling because he was like not making any money and the movies were bad. But
That's a lot of air quotes.
Yeah, I need to learn how to do them too. But he's sort of like turned it around to be like, he's almost a little bit kind of almost like Christopher Walken now. Of just like, people just love him. And like the people that love him the most are, other than like SNL fans, I guess, are people who just love genre movies. And he's kind of just come back as this like cult figure. And now his movies are almost a weird kind of good again. This is the closest he's done what I think that I kind of had given up on for him, is he sort of had his weird kind of comeback.
Okay.
So I think this movie, unlike HeMan, could still be enjoyable even if it's terrible.
Yeah.
That's really the main difference that I see.
Fair enough.
I hope it has like a really, really good director. Not necessarily a famous one, because probably not, but I hope it's someone who knows how to channel some of this and turn this into something, because it obviously is very close to being chaos already. And it probably hasn't even started filming.
And I think the movie has to be a little bit chaotic. I think maybe we need to harness the chaos a little bit to make it palatable, to make it understandable. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that works out, and you know, how closely it parallels his life, or his life as we've experienced it, because we only know the tabloid version, which is like a third parallel universe in itself.
Yes.
Okay, so the last movie I wanted to talk about is the Clue remake.
Okay.
So this is the movie Ryan Reynolds, you know, once he got Deadpool resurrected, this is the one Ryan Reynolds really wanted to get done.
That's interesting.
It is.
It is.
That he would just be so focused on that.
So Jason Bateman was set to direct, but I think he's had to pull out of directing, although I think he's still listed as possibly appearing in the movie. But obviously Clue is a huge ensemble cast. You know, it's almost going to be like Knives Out, where we need like...
Well, it is Knives Out. Only, I mean, Knives Out is the takeoff of Clue, but now it's the one that's standing up, right? It's the one that now we're going to compare Clue to. So it's a little backwards.
So now Clue has...
it's got to live up to it.
It's got to live up to that too. Yes. So he's right now got the guys who wrote Deadpool writing the script for this.
Okay.
So it might be a saltier version than they're used to.
I think that would be a good move for them.
Yeah.
And as of right now, James Bobin is attached to direct. So he did the Dora the Explorer movie recently.
I didn't mind that.
Okay.
Like, I thought that was much better than I expected.
Than
it to
you
be.
thought it had any right to be.
Yes.
But I mean, also we went in with like bargain basement expectations.
Oh, zero
And
expectations.
so-
I thought it was going to be like awful. I think we just ended up seeing it because it happened to work out time-wise. It wasn't bad. So that's maybe a good sign.
Yeah. Well, he did Alice Through the Looking Glass, and he did Muppets Most Wanted, and he directed some Flights of Concord.
Well, Flight of the Conchords is always good.
Yeah. I mean, it's... Judging on that, it's sort of hard to see exactly how this comes together with the writers from Deadpool and...
Well, Deadpool and Flight of the Conchords could, you know, same sort of approach.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it'll be something to see. Something, I don't know if it's going to break the fourth wall, if it's going to be self-referential.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be, I think, a good way for them to go.
Because even like Knives Out kind of winked at us a little bit. Like it had quite a few Easter eggs, not just of Clue, but you know, a lot of that genre, those kinds of
whodunits. But I do think that now that Knives Out has taken that step, if you're Clue,
now you have to
gotta beat
them. Yeah,
you got to be like wilder and more out there. I think. I think that is, and so with Ryan Reynolds being attached and presumably, like, obviously, I think he's a smart guy. I think he sees what works for him, and Deadpool obviously has worked phenomenally. So to take that, crazy approach to it could work.
I guess. I mean, I didn't like Deadpool. I liked it better than I thought I would, but I didn't find it funny. I think I would almost rather them go more classic, just I guess for my own taste, and it might not work as well for a lot of people, but if it's an ensemble cast and it's like a mystery and it's funny too, like you don't have to go too crazy. Especially if Ryan Reynolds is attached, you could get interesting actors or like big names, and you know, you don't have to go too crazy as long as the script is good, which is obviously harder than it sounds, and just like good actors playing fun characters.
But is that a movie that Ryan Reynolds should be in?
Yeah, and why bother remaking something that already exists if you're going to remake it the same way? Yeah.
Really, the best movie that you named was the Batman restaurant.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe we'll just take a break from movies and we'll travel.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go to London.
Okay.
Let's
see you there.
At the Batman restaurant.
Yeah. We'll
sounds
tape
good.
at the Batman restaurant.
Yeah.
And probably get asked to stop.
Try and stop us. All right, bye everyone.
Bye.